I got some fan
Why is
service
this so
for
hard for you? You're an embarrassment.
Holy shit.
Take back everything nice I've ever said about you.
Only one thing? it's not that much.
Yeah,
Well-
what was the one thing?
You said I was beautiful.
You are beautiful.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome to Nothing Important, where we talk about just that.
Starring Beautiful Joe.
Today we're playing Is This Canon with Joe.
Beautiful Joe.
The rules of the game are simple. We each tell a story from a certain character. Two of us are telling the truth, one is lying. Joe gets three questions per person, but one chance to figure out who's lying.
That's right.
Today we're doing Aquaman.
Yep.
Aqua.
The fabulous fish boy himself, a man who dresses up like a goldfish to fight crime and also be a king.
Fabulous fish boy.
I just thought of that right off the dome.
That was good.
He doesn't
He is
have any,
fabulous.
He is. He doesn't have like any fun names.
King of Atlantis.
Yeah, but that's not fun.
But
He's
that's
not
the one I
like
got.
it's not like Superman. He's not like the Man of Steel, like the Man of Fish.
the Sudstacular.
The Substack. Oh
The
God.
soapy.
Soapy?
The foamy.
What?
The scaly.
The scaly savior of the magical city of Atlantis.
The Scales of Justice.
The scales of justice always favor Aquaman.
The scaly scourge.
The scaly scourge of evil. There you go.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Okay, so I'll go first.
It's alright, me
I,
either.
I have not shaved my beard in like a month, and it's driving me crazy. I'm like,
Just shave it
Jesse's
later.
never shaved his beard.
Ever.
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 He was born like that.
Just shave it later.
Round one. Fight.
So speaking of beards, I'm gonna jump into mine. So Joe, I have for you here Aquaman #1 and #2 from the year 1994. An excellent year. I was born.
A very fine
I
year.
was born.
You were
And
born.
I was born.
Not
Richard
you,
Nixon died.
Kurt Cobain died.
Kurt Cobain died. Toy Story came out 1 year earlier.
Doesn't count. That's a different year.
who was the heavyweight champion of the WWF at the time?
I don't fucking know.
Well, yeah, I guess you didn't do your research then.
Ace of Base had the #1
Yes,
song.
Ace of Base had the #1
Country.
song of the year.
Cat, post who was the WWF champion at the time.
So anyways, this is by Peter David and the art team of Marty Edgeland, Brad Van Cotta, and Tom McCraw.
It's a lot of people.
Yep.
Wow, 3
I only know one of those
artists.
names.
So
Which one?
Peter David.
Cool.
So
That's the only one I know too. So.
I'm mostly gonna be focusing on issue 2, but I'm gonna give you issue 1 because it sets up issue 2, obviously. So issue 1, we have Aquaman. He's like having a terrible nightmare where he's drowning, and he wakes up and he's like, something's wrong. I'm not supposed to drown. I'm Aquaman. And so he's like, I have to figure this out. And so what he does is he isolates himself for weeks, and he grows his hair out, and he grows a beard, and he sulks in the Aqua Cave, which is what his base is called, the Aqua Cave.
Relatable.
And then Aqualad, his young sidekick.
Aqualad.
Aqualad, he's another little fish guy like Aquaman.
Which Aqualad is this?
This is Garth.
Okay.
He has one name, Garth.
That's
Garth.
it. That's all
He
you need.
wears little trunks and boots and a long sleeve shirt. That's bare legs. Every boy sidekick had bare legs. So anyways,
Good to know.
Aqualad shows up and he's like,
what a statement. That was-
he shows up and he's like, you look like shit, dude. Like, You gotta stop like moping around and whatever. You gotta get out and do something for yourself. And Aquaman tells him to fuck off. They have like a little tussle, like a friendly little tussle. And Garth is like, all right, stop this. We've got a job to do. The Navy has recruited us to go to a nuclear submarine that has sunk to the bottom of the ocean, and like its nuclear core is leaking and is leaking radiation into the ocean, and we gotta go stop it. And so they go to the submarine. It's like very creepy. There's like dead bodies floating all around. It's very yucky. They're like gross. There's fish like swimming in and out of like these men's mouths and whatever. Like they focus on like this
Sick.
fish is going into a guy's mouth. It's very weird. But surprise, one of them is actually not dead. He's alive. And then he tries to kill the two of them. He's dressed up like the cook on the submarine, and he uses a meat cleaver to try and kill Aquaman and Aqualad. He like very grievously wounds Aqualad, and he knocks Aquaman unconscious, and he leaves Aqualad there to be eaten by sharks. God. Issue 2. The title of this issue is insane. It's called, especially when I get to what is like special about this issue. The issue is called Single Wet Female.
All right.
Gross.
Incredibly.
Peter David.
Peter David, everybody. So what?
We're gonna get blacklisted.
That's fine.
1994, everybody.
1994.
Peter David.
It's been like 30 years. He's different now. So this issue opens up with Aquaman waking up, and he's like sitting at a table next to this woman. She's another aquatic hero named Dolphin. She's a woman in Daisy Dukes and a crop top, and she can also breathe underwater. So she's obviously a superhero.
Is that her only power? Breathing underwater?
Yeah, she breathes underwater. Yeah. She's an alien who can breathe underwater.
All right.
But she
Can
looks
she
like
also speak to fish?
No.
Okay.
Only Aquaman can speak to the fish.
Can she control water?
No.
Okay. Can she swim really fast?
Yeah, but they can all swim fast.
So she's like a more useless Mera.
Mera
Yeah.
can also control water.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Mera's-
saying. She doesn't have Mera's main ability,
Yeah.
just that she can swim.
Yeah, so she just swims. So they're both hooked up to IVs, and they're sitting at like this table. They're strapped to chairs. They're sitting at this table with like all this food in front of them. And then the guy who kidnapped them identifies himself as Charybdis. And he's like, and this is my wife, Scylla. And then Aquaman is like, oh, like the monsters from the Odyssey, because comic book fans are dumb and they wouldn't understand that reference if Aquaman didn't explain it to them.
Yeah.
And so Charybdis is like talking about how him and his wife are like the best terrorists ever. They're brand new characters. We've never seen them
They're
before.
fucking terrorists.
They're like,
Bro, you
we're,
don't even know what kind of terror we do.
Fucking
we're the best terrorists in the entire world. Any government that's like, we need a terrorism done, they hire us, baby. I'd also like to point out, they wear like similar outfits. They have big gloves, like giant gloves that like go up to their elbow. They're very wide.
They're like soccer goalie gloves, or
Almost. They're
Hulk
like
hands?
kind of like Hulk
Hulk
hands.
hands.
They're like big gauntlet gloves. Cool. And they have matching boots that are also very big and like huge shoulder pads. And Scylla wears like a little like bathing suit with hers, and Charybdis just wears pants, no shirt.
Did
bare
Rob
chest.
Liefeld design these characters? What the fuck?
Well,
No,
Peter David was around in Rod Liefeld's time. So.
no, Marty Edgeland did. So that's what they look like, and it's insane. And so he's like, we're the best terrorists that have ever lived. Like everyone that wants a terrorism done comes to us first. And then he looks at his wife, and he's like, except, you know, it's too bad that you got sloppy that one time, Scylla, and you blew yourself up.
He just burping into the microphone. It's over. His cat's gonna be listening to this.
I just ate 2 burrito bowls.
Sorry. He's like, you died, Scylla. It's revealed that this woman is actually an actress that he paid to dress up like his dead wife. And then and she's like, you want to relax, dude? Like, I dressed up how you wanted. Like, you can have your money back if, like, I'm not doing it for you. And then he shoots her in the head and kills her.
Holy
I
shit.
just want to backtrack for a second.
Yeah.
So she's not a terrorist.
The woman there that Aquaman meets is not a terrorist. She's
Just
an
an actress.
She's an actress
The
dressed
dead
up.
wife was a terrorist.
Yes,
Okay.
dressed up like this deceased terrorist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Seems a little convoluted, but okay.
yeah, he shoots her in the head, kills her. Charybdis reveals what his plan is to them. He's like, I'm gonna steal your powers, Aquaman. I've already been stealing Dolphin's ability to breathe underwater and swim really fast. That's how I was able to fight you underwater earlier. But I'm gonna steal your power to talk to the fish and command the fish. And I'm gonna control whales, and I'm gonna make them gather up all the sunken nuclear submarines so that I can hold the world for ransom. I can detonate these nuclear engines wherever I want.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That is a good terrorism.
He
And
told you he was.
He's the best.
He's the
Wow.
best. And so
He's got
Aquaman,
great Yelp reviews. He's really-
Aquaman is like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. And first of all, I don't command the fish. I ask the fish to do things very nicely, and if they respect me, they do what I ask them to do.
That's the exact opposite of what Jeff Johns would later say.
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
kind of wild.
And so that's what's going on. And then Aquaman is like, but I'm still really strong, even though I've been out of water for a little while. He breaks out of his restraints, and he starts. Everyone forgets that I'm strong, and he like breaks out of his restraints.
I forgot he was strong.
Yeah, and so he starts fighting with Charybdis, and then meanwhile, Garth, who we assume has been eaten by sharks, has not been eaten by sharks.
a miracle.
Yeah, a mysterious woman that's like shrouded in shadows saved him, and she's like,
Who is this?
I don't know. He's like, is it
Is
my?
that one of your questions?
No.
He's like, is this my dead girlfriend Tula?
Is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's not revealed to us.
Who is it?
It's a woman. She's a mysterious woman. The way that she's drawn seems like she's nude, which is very strange. I was reading it. I'm like, my. So anyways, she's like, I told the sharks not to eat you, but this one is because they're my friends, and this one, he's gonna lead you to where Aquaman is. Go with him now.
Right.
And so
Sharks are friends, not
Yeah,
food.
yeah. And so even though
Excellent point.
yeah, even though Garth is like bleeding profusely, like as he swims, there's just like a blood trail following him. And so he's swimming, he meets a couple of dolphins. The dolphins can talk to each other, but they don't understand what he's saying, and he doesn't understand what they're saying. So it's like a funny little moment where like, what do they want? And so he's like, can you help me find Aquaman? And they're like, oh, we know who Aquaman is. We understand Aquaman.
Okay.
And he's like, Aquaman's in there. And they're like, don't worry, we'll get a friend.
The one word in English that we know.
Yeah, and so
Aquaman.
the dolphins, they're like, we have a friend who can help us break in there. And so then you turn the page, next page is a whale is smashing into Charybdis's
Holy
underwater
shit.
base. He's just busting the door down,
Hell yeah.
using his head as a battering ram. He cracks the thing open. Charybdis is like, what the fuck? Why is my base flooding with water right
Ruining
now?
my terrorism.
Garth swims in, and Aquaman is like, the water makes me even stronger. I'm gonna fight you even harder now. And he's like, no, you won't. He leaves the room, presses a button, and then like the blast doors close, and Aquaman's like, well, fuck. I'm gonna have to punch through this. And so Garth swims in, and he's like, He's swimming, and Charybdis is like, I have to go to the armory and get a gun to kill Aquaman. And then Garth is already in there. He's like, oh, you want one of these? And he's pointing a gun at him. But he's a terrible shot. He misses, and he hits a pile of grenades. And so now the whole base is exploding. Everyone has to get out. Everyone's going to die.
From one pile of grenades?
Yeah, it's just like...
It's a pile of grenades.
It's a lot of grenades.
It's a lot of
He's
them.
like, oh, no.
There's at least 10 grenades in that
It's
pile.
like, you blew up the grenades. Now the grenades are going to blow up all of my guns, and the guns are going to explode, and then that's going to make even more explosions and whatever. Everyone gets out. No one is...
It's just a series of unfortunate events.
It truly is. So they're like, we all got to get out. What they do, they all leave. They find out that they're next to South America. They get out. They find the Amazon River. They're like chasing Charybdis down. They're chasing him down. Aquaman is like fighting him next to the river. And he says, I can beat you with one hand, Charybdis. And he goes, oh, well, let's see about that. And then he knocks Aquaman down and puts his hand in the river that's full of piranhas. And earlier in the issue, Aquaman says, piranhas are one of the few fish that I can't get to cooperate because they're just incredibly rude. They're just rude fish.
Why didn't you remark on this before?
He was like saying, I can only get the fish to do things if they respect me. Piranhas don't respect me.
Piranhas, forget about it.
They're mean. They're the meanest.
They got no respect for anybody.
They're the meanest fish in the world. And so he forces his hand into the piranha-infested water. There's like bubbles and blood and shit. And he's like, so you think you can still beat me with one hand, Aquaman?
Poetic irony.
Yeah, and so then he like stands up. He's like, I'm gonna kill you, Aquaman. And then he gets shot. Turns out it's Dolphin. She has a gun. She shoots him.
Everybody in this fucking story
Everybody has
a
a
gun.
And then he's like, oh no, it all went to fuck, my plan. He then falls into the river.
Is that a quote?
Yeah, and is devoured by piranhas.
It all went to
Never
fuck.
seen again.
Never seen again.
Never seen again.
Oh my god.
And so then Dolphin is like, oh, you look like shit, Aquaman. We'll don't worry though, we'll get you all patched up. And then he just like lifts up his hand and it's a skeleton hand. And she's like, ooh, maybe not. And so that's the end of the issue. Following this, Aquaman finds a harpoon and just like attaches it to his stump. And that's how he operates for like the next few years. He just has a harpoon hand.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And so that's the story of Aquaman. He stops wearing a shirt. He just like is a shirtless man with a harpoon and long hair and a beard.
Love that.
Which is a much better look than
A goldfish.
usual.
Yeah.
I agree.
Usual outfit.
I agree.
I feel like most people our age, the idea they have of him is that.
Yeah, because that was him in the Justice League cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Joe, you have any questions for me about Aquaman and his skeleton hand?
Yes.
Yeah, hit me.
Okay.
Oh my god. Joe's doing a terrorism.
Do we ever see Scylla and Charybdis ever again?
I don't think so.
No?
I'm like not familiar.
It's just a one issue with them?
Yeah, I'm not like
Because
super...
they seem like pretty cool cats.
I mean,
Yeah.
they were the top terrorists.
Yeah.
Like I'm not super familiar with Aquaman.
And before this, too?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is their very first appearance and their very last appearance, as far as I'm aware. Which is
Okay.
like really funny to me.
Yeah.
In the like, these are the greatest terrorists in the world. They're dead.
And now they're dead.
There's a lot of that in comics.
Yeah, it sure is.
A lot of immediate hype and then never seen again.
Forget these characters.
They
Yeah.
don't matter until I say they matter.
Yeah. Okay. What's the name of that other guy? Aqua Lad or something?
Yeah, Aqualad.
Aqua.
Who's that guy?
Yeah.
Aqualad?
Aqualad.
Yeah. I was gonna say like Aqua Boy, but Aqua Lad.
Aquaboy is honestly a better name than Aqualad.
Yeah,
Aqualad is
slightly.
funny.
Aqualad is funny, but like, why the fuck is he a lad?
Because it was made in like the fucking 40s. Like,
It's just silly. No one else is a lad.
Lightning lad.
Oh yeah, except for the Legion of Superheroes, but they're also like the goofiest characters ever.
Yeah. So like, what's his story?
Aqualad.
Yeah, because Jesse asked which Aqualad.
There's more than one Aqua
The
lad.
second Aqualad is better, honestly.
The second one, Aqualad, is better. The original
Yeah.
Aqualad, Garth,
Garth.
is an Atlantean orphan. It's a lot like every other sidekick that a superhero gets. It's just, look, an orphan. Let me weaponize him.
They just hand these out on the side of the road. It's like
Would you like a weapon orphan? I would like a weapon orphan.
it's like a Dickensian novel. Like there's
Yeah,
all
it
of
really
all the
is.
streets
True.
of DC are
What a
just littered
trope
with
that
orphans.
is. It's like, oh, a sidekick, a weaponized orphan.
I mean, they can't have parents. They'll be like, why the fuck? Why are you hanging out with an adult man all the time?
Tim Drake had a parent.
Until he didn't.
Yeah, until he did it.
Oh shit.
That's what he gets for hanging out with Batman.
He gets a dead dad.
Yeah, so Garth is just like a guy. He's just an Atlantean kid, so he can swim fast and breathe underwater.
Yeah.
He's Aquaman's sidekick. Later on,
I thought he could also control water.
he learns that later. He can like
Okay.
learn sorcery to control water, and then he changes his
Aqua sorcery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
aqua.
Hydromancy.
Yeah, hydromancy. And he changes his costume. He's got like this black and blue costume now. It's pretty neat, and he calls himself Tempest. And
Wow.
then we forget all about him.
Yep.
Okay.
And then later on they go, whatever happened to Aqualad? Let's just make a new one.
Really?
Yeah, and so then they make this new kid, Jackson Hyde, who's a like a half Atlantean guy.
Okay.
And he can control water just because.
Cool.
Wait, I'm thinking of the other Aqualad then.
There's
the one from Young
three
Justice.
Oh, that's
Aqualads.
Jackson. Isn't
That
it?
is Jack?
He's the same character basically. They just made him Atlantean in Young Justice. They changed his name for that, and they make him like
I can never remember his Atlantean name.
they call him Calderam in that,
Yeah.
but in the comics he's Jackson Hyde, and he's from like
He's also gay.
he's also gay. Yeah, and they make a big deal about it every June. They're like, look, one of the fish guys is gay now. Isn't that fun?
A lot of the new Legacy characters are actually queer.
Yeah, which is a lot of fun. I
Yeah,
do
no.
enjoy the like.
What's
remember
Legacy?
Batman?
Like characters that take on the name of an old character. Like if
Like a brand new version of an old character.
yeah, like every Flash and Green Lantern is
Okay.
as a Legacy character.
Oh,
at this
got
point.
you.
Because there's like
Yeah.
100 of them.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Questions for me?
Okay. Let's see. Yeah. What's up with
What's the deal with airline food?
Yeah. What was her name again?
Dolphin.
Dolphin. Yeah.
Dolphin.
So we like know Dolphin
Yeah.
before this issue.
Dolphin is like a 70s character, if I'm not mistaken. She's like, they have to be like, oh, everyone has like a bunch of friends that do the exact same thing as them.
Right.
Batman has all of his Bat Boys. Superman has all of his super relatives.
Batman and the Bad Boys.
Oh, God,
All of his
stop.
super boys.
Yeah, Batman.
The boys.
Batman.
All of his sidekicks are fucking birds for some reason.
Yeah,
Like,
Batman and the Bird Boys.
But when they first see her, they don't know who she is.
I think Aquaman is like Dolphin.
Oh. Okay.
I'm just shocked that she's around.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
it's
like,
really just like.
what are you doing in this part of
Yeah, I
town?
also like. I'm not entirely sure like how the stealing of the powers works in this, because he's just like, I've got you hooked up to my machine, and it's just like tubes.
Yeah.
You just have like tubes,
Just tubes.
I
In
love a
them-
tube machine.
and then he's like. There's just like tubes coming out of them, and then he's like got a little vial of like blue liquid, and he's like, "This is your powers." I'm like, "Is
Wow.
it? It's your aqua fluid."
Does she ever have like her own run?
Dolphin?
Yeah.
No.
No?
I don't know what Dolphin does ever. I think she's just like,
They forgot about her.
yeah.
Whatever happened to Dolphin?
Whatever happened to Dolphin? DC, hit me up if you want to find out what happened to Dolphin.
All
I
right.
want you to know when you say aqua fluid, I'm gonna have them put a splat on the screen.
Stop with
my
the
God.
Come
splats.
again.
No splatting.
Give me my 12-issue Prestige Maxi series about
Series on
Dolphin.
Dolphin.
All
Amazing.
right. That was my 3 questions.
All right.
All right. Moving on.
Round 2.
Round 2. Fight.
Jake, what do you got for me?
All right. So for my story,
Is this completely bonkers and unbelievable?
I think this is a pretty grounded one.
Do you
Okay.
want to guess him now?
yeah.
For my story, it's when Aquaman moved Atlantis to the Great Lakes.
You're eliminated.
Immediately banned.
So, oh my God, where do I start with this
The
one?
5 Finger Lakes?
So,
Well, not the Finger Lakes.
The Great Lakes.
you know, Superior and all those.
Michigan,
Those are
Erie.
different, Joe. Did you know that those
All
are
right, Jesse. All right.
So,
Lake Champlain for 6 months.
so, this is around like 2008, I believe. The writer's George Perez. All right.
Okay.
So,
You say that like he knows. This is George Perez, all right?
So, there's been a giant war with Apocalypse. All right. So as there is every couple of years, but
X-Men Apocalypse?
No, Apocalypse is a planet in DC run by Darkseid.
Okay.
and Darkseid is looking for the anti-life equation for
He's
some
always doing.
which he's
Oh,
always
she.
doing.
No, Darkseid's always doing that.
And
Oh.
for some reason, every time he's
Lost.
like, every now and then,
Lost.
are you
Darkseid is a-
already lost?
Darkseid's a big gray alien man who's trying to solve a math problem that will kill everyone.
A math problem?
That's real.
That's real. The anti-life equation is a big math problem that when you solve it, everyone dies.
Which is what he wants. He wants to kill everyone.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
so, so like this time it was really bad. Like all the oceans are like polluted. Like there's like they've got like a 10 to 20% chance of like saving it before it's like completely irrevocably damaged. Like Batman is like trying to save all the species of fish, and they're like trying to like clean the water. Aquaman is livid. Needless to say, he the ocean is one of his special interests. He's very
I never would have guessed.
He's passionate about the
very
water.
passionate about
Aquaman?
Wow. The guy with the scale shirt.
I never would have guessed.
This is also, he's still very like long hair, beard, you know, no shirt. He's like I don't work this hard at the gym to wear a shirt. It's like
That's a quote.
so he's like he's pissed. So he's like, fuck this shit. We're moving we're moving inland because the only place where the water isn't completely polluted is like insulated areas. So he's like, we're moving to we're just moving in. We're just moving. I'm gonna set up in Lake Superior, and you could suck my dick if you got a problem with that.
We're just moving in.
Just suck my fish dick if you got a problem with that.
Gross.
So the government is fucking pissed, and they're like,
Fuck him.
he's like,
Fuck 'em.
you can't just do that. This is sovereign land. Like, this is our nation. You can't fucking just show up and take what you want. Fuck you. And like,
Oh, yeah? Watch.
I'm Aquaman. What are you gonna do?
so this is like a major series. So this is like goes on for a bit. So like,
How long?
I think this was like 20 issues.
Okay.
So Superman like
It's a long time.
It's almost 2 years.
Yeah. It was a big story. This is like pre-Flashpoint when everyone is like throwing shit at the wall and like they're like, let's just do shit. Like fuck continuity. We're gonna do whatever because we're gonna reboot in like 3 years and it's so whatever. Who cares? So yeah, Superman shows up. He's like, listen, Arthur, we're buddies, right? And he's like, you and me, we go way back. You remember the Super Friends? That was us.
Like, how far back do we go?
How far back do we go on this sliding time scale? So
A few months, probably.
Yeah.
probably a few months. And Aquaman is he's like, like the speedsters, they're working as fast as they can to get all the garbage out of the ocean. And Batman and some of the greatest scientists in the world are. Yeah, it's stupid, Jeremy.
No, I do think it's very funny. Like, I'm just thinking about the Flash running around on the ocean picking up trash.
He's got like a pointy stick in the bag. And he's like, we got greatest minds working on like saving the fish and like adapting them so they don't have to worry about like extinction. We're gonna save like hopefully we will save all of them. But like. Worst case, we're gonna lose like 20%, and like Aquaman's like, he's like, we care about
This is unacceptable.
Yeah. Well, Aquaman's like you're full of shit. You people have been polluting the ocean for years before this. This is just the final straw.
Damn.
Go fuck yourself. Like
Now you care. All of a sudden.
Yeah. He's like, and Superman's like, all right, let's not get personal here, buddy.
No, let's get personal. I think your outfit looks stupid.
Ooh.
Damn.
Who wears their underwear on the outside?
Me? I've never done that.
Oh wait, he did. You're right. I was trying to think. But
Did he?
No, he had the black underwear.
Oh, he did have black underwear. Why?
So yeah. So Superman's just like he's like get off my property before I get my shotgun. And he's just like Superman's like, all right, whatever. So he leaves, and the government's just like, we can't just let Aquaman go there and take up all that land. We were gonna sell that water to Nestle to ruin it. And so it's our job to ruin that place. Not Aquaman can't just have it and keep it clean. So
Yeah, fuck him.
so they're going back and forth. They're like around this time Luthor was like Lex Luthor. Boo.
Got that.
The
Lex.
president?
Are you booing the president?
He's a politician at this point. He's like
not president.
not yet. He's an advisor to the president, and he's like,
Who's the president?
Obama.
It wasn't Obama
No,
in the
Luther was
comics.
president before Obama.
It was just some random white guy. I don't know.
Right.
In DC's world, Luther was W.
Yeah, that's true. He was.
Oh shit.
Instead of
Oh,
George W.
shit.
Bush, it's Lex Luthor.
Oh shit.
He
Better or worse? No,
Write your opinion in the comments below.
Yeah, tell us who you think would be a better president, George W. Bush or Lex Luthor.
We're going off the rails.
Do you
now.
think Lex Luthor would have invaded Iraq? Write down below.
I feel like we're getting off topic again.
So fuck, I lost my place. Oh, Luthor is an advisor. He's got ambitions of becoming. I think this was after they rebooted again, so I don't think he had been president at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, like I've got like ambitions to be like leader of the world. So like, he's like, why don't we take Black Manta and pretend we've rehabilitated him, and he's like a security officer for us, and that'll piss off Aquaman. And then, because Aquaman and Black Manta, they're not, they don't like each other.
Right.
They got problems.
They do.
And then we're gonna, and then like we'll just bait Aquaman into fighting Black Manta. as this is going on, Aquaman is like Superman's trying and Batman are trying to like use diplomacy. Like Wonder Woman's there too. She's like, like I get it. Themyscira was hit hard too by the pollution. We're an island, but like, we're not just moving into like fucking Hawaii. Like you can't just like do what you want, Arthur. And he's just like, who's gonna stop me? I'm king. I'm fucking king of Atlantis. Are you a king, Superman? I don't think so. Fuck you. So they just
got a point there.
Yeah. So now while this is happening, there's like in one of Atlantis's like generators explodes, and like Aquaman's like, this is the work of fucking Black Manta. So because
I know it,
because the president is in the state like doing an address about the fact that Lake Superior now belongs to fucking Aquaman, and he's like. So Aquaman goes and finds them, and he beats the fuck out of Black Manta, and he does like a ton of damage. But like Aqualad shows up with Mera, and they're like, no, it wasn't him. Like it was just like an unforeseen accident. And they're like, and Aquaman's like, I apologize for this, and Luthor is like, no, absolutely, it's no problem. I understand. We want diplomacy here. But then we find out later it was Black Manta. He sabotaged the generator and made it look like an accident, so it'll be a false flag attack. Because Luthor somehow always manages to trick people like that. There's always some fucking bait where he makes like Superman go, I'm gonna go level a city because I fucking hate Lex Luthor so much. It's like,
yeah.
So he's done it to them. He's done it to the Young Justice. He just does it all the time. He's really good at it.
He loves
it. Never
it.
see it coming. It's his favorite play. So things are getting tense, needless to say. So at the same time as all this is happening, Aquaman's powers are kind of waning. With like all of the ocean being polluted, he's weaker. Mm-hmm. So he's like, I'm gonna go on a mission to find the true trident of Poseidon, so I can regain my powers, and it has an added benefit of its magic.
What does he have right now?
The fake one.
He has
the fake trident?
He has the trident of Atlantis. It wasn't like Poseidon's specific trident.
Okay.
So this one belonged to Poseidon himself. The god.
Who is real.
The actual god,
yeah.
okay.
So he's like, it has the added benefit of its magic, and Superman doesn't like magic. He's scared of card tricks. So
it's true.
Superman's weak against magic. So he's like, this will help me regain my powers and my status.
This has magic written all over it.
So he's like, this will restore my people's faith in me after I just looked like a jackass. So he's
my people.
Yeah, the Atlanteans.
Okay.
They're all there. It's not just
right.
Aquaman being...
All right, they're all there.
Aquaman just bought a house.
City.
What?
He moved the entire city with
Okay.
land.
Yeah, there was an awesome sequence where, like...
They pick it up.
You just see Atlantis rising out of the ocean, and it's just being carried through the streets by, like, fucking giant crustaceans.
We put all those salt
That's
water
fucking
fish,
awesome.
We put them in the fresh water.
Yeah, just...
Nothing mattered. I actually don't know if the Great Lakes are salt or fresh.
They're freshwater, but I'm sure that they're magic, so they can
Good
just
thing
breathe
someone
water.
knows.
Yeah, it's just like...
Look, Aquaman can breathe in like tap water, so it's fine.
But yeah, no, it's a great sequence of like just like Atlantis being moved by giant crustaceans, and like everyone's like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Big crabs.
I want to see that.
It's if you lived by the Great Lakes, you would have seen it.
Okay.
But
in real life, this happened.
It's based on a true story.
This is a historical event.
So Aquaman's like, I need to go to the cave of Poseidon. So like they travel to like Greece, and he has to dive into this heavily polluted
As
water.
they always do.
And he finds like this underwater cave, and like he by the time he gets there, he's severely weakened, and he has to like he has this like tribunal of like Greek gods who are just like, yo, you fucked up, man. You're supposed to protect all of the water, and like you didn't do it. You didn't.
They're all living.
You ignored our requests. You left the Brita.
Who was there? Which gods?
It was Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades.
Okay.
You know, the three bros.
Yeah.
The main three.
Yeah.
And he's just like, and like Zeus is like, Poseidon, this is your champion? Fucking shit. Like, he sucks. And like,
Where's your trident, bro?
Where's your trident, bro? Come
Lost his
on.
arm to a terrorist.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, look at him. He doesn't even have a shirt. And he's just like, so they're basically like, yeah, you should have bought a Brita filter instead of just leaving it in your Amazon cart. And now like the whole Earth's fucked. And Aquaman's like, if you give me the trident, I can restore the glory of Atlantis, and I will be able to defeat my enemies. And they're like, all right, we'll give you this one last chance. And they give him the trident of Poseidon, and he travels back, and you know, the U.S. is like basically at like, they've basically gone like, we need to take military action. We've tried violence, we've tried threats, we've tried, you know, we've tried beating him up. Nothing's worked so far, so maybe war will help.
Violence and beating them up are two different things.
Give peace a
And also
chance.
different from war.
That's all they have in their arsenal.
That's America, baby.
So they're like, I mean, to be fair, they were
We
like,
tried war. We tried violence. Nothing's working.
What else can we do?
we
I
tried,
guess we have to do war again.
we
But
tried
this
hitting
time,
them,
bigger.
bigger and better. We tried hitting them. We tried yelling at them. We tried spitting on them.
We tried hitting them again.
But harder?
To be fair,
We're-
at one point they were like, "Why don't you move to like the Caspian Sea? Like that's like clean." And he's like, "You want me to go to like the Middle East? You want me to go somewhere you're gonna fucking bomb us? You fucking assholes! Fuck you!"
Wow.
So
Very prescient.
Topical.
Very topical.
yeah, so they were like, basically like, this is where we're staying. The military's here. They're like, you're leaving now. And they've got like the Justice League, and like they're like trying to keep everyone from breaking out. And Aquaman just walks in, and he's just like, I got the trident. This makes me the king of all water on Earth. I rule the seas, the oceans, the lakes.
I'm the supreme ruler of everything.
Yeah.
All water. Even Poland Spring.
Even Poland Spring.
Even Deer Park.
even Dasani.
Wow.
So, you
That's
know,
not even real water.
and the government's just like, what are you talking about? Like, Mitch McConnell's like, this is a Christian country. We do not recognize the domain of your big pointed fork.
And then he stabs me with his big pointy fork.
Damn. You tell him.
Recognize this.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't worship your Greek gods, sir. We don't know if it allows abortions and gay marriage, so we don't.
Yeah, but they're real. I just spoke to them.
So is Jesus in these books.
Okay.
Every god is a real god in these.
Oh, that's cool.
So, so yeah, Aquaman's like, either fuck off or I'll kill you with my big pointy fork. And they're like, all right, war it is. So they're just like, they just start beating the holy shit out of each other. And it's just like, it becomes a whole thing. And Luther decides, you know, he had a big grand plan. He sends Black Manta in covertly, and he releases like this like bomb, like this like an atom bomb, sort of like a miniature one, and it just irradiates the lakes. And it's just like,
Yike.
so Aquaman's just like, well, fuck. Now we don't have any water. I hope you're fucking happy. We're all so.
Everyone dies now.
It just kind of ends with like Aquaman like leaving the Justice League and just being like, we need to.
Fuck all y'all.
Yeah, like Superman is like, this isn't what we wanted, and he's just like gives him the cold shoulder, and he's like, now my people are homeless. Fuck you, and like. And it ends with like Bruce using most of his estate to like basically build refugee camps with like fucking swimming pools. Like
Holy shit, dude.
And Luther, gets credit for driving Aquaman out of the Great Lakes. And he's just like, and he gets to spin it as Aquaman, did all this for his people, but ended up polluting even more water. So fuck him.
It probably helped get Luther as president.
Yep.
It's good campaign.
Great ending there.
Yeah.
Great ending. And so does that okay, first question. Does that pick up again?
So it goes on.
It's like a linear story.
So that's the end of that portion of it. Aquaman just kind of he's kind of just part of helping the cleanup in Atlantis and everything like that. So the Great Lakes are completely irradiated. Everything is everything on Earth is really fucked at this point. That's
Topical.
It's really bad. And they're trying hard to clean it. In a year or so, things are getting better. Things are more cleaned up, but we're getting close to Flashpoint at this point. So we don't really get much closure on everything because everything just kind of gets rebooted. So,
Okay. Interesting.
which is unfortunate because I thought it was a really good story. I wanted to see where they were going with it because there was a whole thing Orm showed up later and he was like, "What the fuck happened?" We
Where has he been?
he's just been kind of fucking
Who is
around
that?
on the other side of
That's
the world.
Aquaman's half brother.
Oh, that's right.
He was in Asia looking for
He's in the movie.
Yeah, right.
Patrick Wilson?
Yes.
What's the actor's name?
Yeah, that is Patrick Wilson.
he was in Asia looking for more
Water.
yeah, basically.
We need more water.
I was in Asia looking for water.
He was trying to see if the Pacific was less polluted than the Atlantic, and
Right.
No.
and then when he comes back to the Great Lakes, he's like, "What is this shit?" And he's trying to encourage. He's like, "We gotta kill everyone who's a land dweller. Fuck these people. Where our people
Right.
are dying.
Yeah, flood the earth.
Yeah, flood the earth."
Salt the earth.
And yeah, so there's lots of hints that they're gonna go to war. A lot of the Justice League are really torn on what happened. They're we could have just let them live there. And then no one knows, by the way, that it was an atom bomb. They think it was another one of his generators exploded, and they're this is Atlantean technology. Fuck these guys. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of anti-Atlantean sentiment. They're angry that Bruce Wayne is letting them be refugees in Gotham, and they're we don't want them fucking here. What if they blow up another fucking generator and now Gotham is irradiated? And you really want that? You want the Joker to get radiation powers?
Yes.
That's what Batman says. He's as Bruce Wayne. He goes, "No," but then in secretly in his mind,
Yes.
But yeah, that's the end of it. That's how it goes.
Wow. So where was Black Manta when they found him?
He was in prison.
Oh, okay. He was in
He's-
prison.
I think he was one of the Suicide Squad members at the time.
Oh, was he?
I
Interesting.
can't remember, but they were basically he's in jail. He probably wants to get out, and he probably wants to fuck with Aquaman. So
he loves that.
it's a win-win. He doesn't matter what he's doing. He'll drop anything to fuck with Aquaman.
It's true. He loves to fuck with Aquaman.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
True. True words never been spoken.
Yeah. Let's see. I think that's all the questions I have.
I have a question.
Oh God!
Where was Mara during all this?
I told you she
Or
should.
the Aqualads? What were they doing?
I just told you she showed up to tell.
Before, for the rest of it.
They were just in Atlantis
Just in
around.
the background.
Yeah, they never really do much. They're just kind of
I know they had a bigger part of the story, or we're doing something else more important. In
No,
the background.
Mera basically acted as counsel the entire time. Aquaman would be I could kill all of them, and Mera would be yeah, but you shouldn't.
It's just being the id on
Yeah.
Aquaman's shoulder, let's just do it this way. No. What?
He's just like, I could kill the president, and like she'd be like, don't kill the president. Like, that's a bad idea.
Sweetheart, don't. You say that every time something inconvenient happens.
I'm gonna kill the president.
Was Dolphin here?
I can't say Dolphin was there. No.
Poor Dolphin.
Poor Dolphin.
Rip
Dolphin-
in peace, Dolphin. Put that up on the screen. Dolphin.
A rip, dude.
Dolphin
Rip, fucking
died
rip.
from pollution. She was.
Oh.
1910 to 2010.
10.
100 years of Dolphin.
The Legacy Collection.
The Dolphin Omnibus.
Yeah.
100 years of dolphin.
All right, Joe, you ready?
I am
Round-
so ready.
Round 3.
Round
Let's do
Three.
Final round. Fight.
I'm
Joe.
ready.
Step into the time tunnel with me as we
Okay.
go far into the past, away from these two losers.
Oh God.
How
to
far?
1956.
Yay.
Which I think might be the oldest comic we've done so far on this show.
All
It might
right.
be, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing Adventure Comics number 229.
Holy shit.
229 in 1956.
We were already
Yeah.
that far in.
Yep. Adventure Comics started in the 30s, Jake.
Jesus Christ.
This is by Otto Binder and Ramona Frandon.
A woman?
Oh, woman!
Wow.
I didn't know they were allowed to make comics at this time.
Well,
Jesus.
They're barely allowed to make them now.
top.
Damn.
Whoa.
This is just an Aquaman story. There was no subtitle to go along with this one. I apologize.
Okay. I'm sad.
I'm sad too. So we open on some crooks
Oh,
escaping.
Christ.
into the
Crooks.
city. Yeah, just it's 1950. So just like imagine
Yeah.
some guys in like
Yeah.
the striped outfits.
We're,
Crooks. Yeah, with the
We're
money
crooking.
bags. We're crooks.
I'm crooking over here.
In the comic, the word crook is used a lot, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the word
Yeah,
crook
okay.
a lot. So some
Yeah.
crooks are running away on land to escape into the sea. They are pursued by Canadian Mounties
okay.
Into the sea?
into the sea, like the full get-up Canadian Mountie on
On
the
the horse?
horses, going towards the crooks.
Okay.
Crooks get into the water and like have a boat set up. They start to go away, and the Mountie's like, "Damn, we can't catch them in the ocean because we're on horses. Horses can't swim." And one of
Very
them says,
good.
"Well, it's fine. It's good thing I have this walkie-talkie that I communicate straight to Aquaman.
What?
that
Who
he
the
just
fuck?
has
Who the fuck
on
just
him.
has this?
He just has this.
Who is this guy?
He's the Mountie.
Oh.
It's unnamed.
Dudley.
Yeah, it's Dudley.
Dudley
It's
Do-Right.
Dudley Do-Right.
Everybody, all law enforcement back then would have just like a random thing that could communicate with like a superhero.
I'll just call
And-
Superman. I'll just call Batman.
I'm gonna use the special Wonder Woman smoke signal.
So he calls Aquaman on his walkie-talkie, and Aquaman from wherever he is just magically appears here to catch the crooks off the coast of Canada, where the Mounties are.
Yeah.
Catches the crooks, gives them to the Mounties. You know, the Mounties like, "Oh, thanks, Aquaman," and Aquaman's like, "I would have done it sooner if I had a sidekick of my own, much like you and that very intelligent-looking horse."
Is he gonna
He-
fuck the
What
horse?
the
He says
fuck?
that he
What the
admires
fuck?
the intelligence
Get
of the horse.
get out of here! And it's so fucking and this
Chief, can we get a picture of an intelligent
very
looking horse,
intelligent
please?
looking horse. It's like get the
I
fuck
just want to
away
also
from me.
remark that there's two Mounties on two horses, but Aquaman singles out one specific intelligent-looking horse.
The other horse is dumb
the,
looking.
the other horse is an idiot, clearly.
What is happening?
So the Mountie,
Much like you and this intelligent looking horse?
yes.
Jesse, what the fuck?
So the Mountie is like, "Oh, it's okay, Aquaman. Why don't you get a sidekick of your own? There's plenty of fish in the sea."
But
Don't touch me.
And Aquaman is like, "You know what? You're right, Mr. Mountie. I can get myself a sidekick, but how would I decide?" And the Mountie is like, "Well, why don't you just have a competition? Why don't you just like have a bunch of fish help you and see who does the best job?" And Aquaman's like, "That's a great idea." Then he aways back into the sea to begin this trial.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Good setup so far?
Gotcha.
All right, so we begin with the octopus.
Okay.
The next panel has Aquaman on the octopus riding him like a horse. I feel like there's some reading in you could do there.
What's going on with Otto?
I didn't know we invented hentai.
So Aquaman and the octopus do some crime fighting. You know, it's
The octopus.
Shut. Stop.
Octopussy.
Stop.
you know things are turning out really well, but then the octopus gets tangled in some boat propellers.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like,
He's
he like,
just
gets like
dead,
all fucking
man.
knotted up in the propeller. He's alive. He's not dead.
It's so it's like a comedy spot.
Yeah, it's like a cartoon. Like he's all stretched out in the propellers, and then Aquaman looks at him and he's like, "You fucking stupid octopus!
Oh
How
my
could you do
God.
this? You ruined everything. That's it. You're fired. I don't even want to hear an explanation of how this
He
happened."
just started beating the octopus.
That beautiful, intelligent horse would have never gotten tangled in these boat
Not like you,
propellers.
dumb, stupid octopus.
Our
With
hero,
tentacles.
ladies and gentlemen.
So he fires the octopus. And the octopus, like, actually in the panel looks sad.
Oh.
He's got sad eyes.
This is
Oh,
upsetting.
Next
the
up,
octopus.
next up is the swordfish. My favorite fish to eat.
Thank you,
BT
Jesse.
dubs.
The duo are chasing some criminals. Again, there's a lot of criminal activity happening in the sea today,
International waters.
I guess. Or well, we have to make sure that only one of them
All
is
right,
a chief.
all right,
We
Jesse,
have to get
clap.
a second title.
Jesse, clap. All right. Jeremy, clap. Joe. Jesse.
I already did it.
Just do it again.
What is-
Jesse. All right.
Great.
You didn't do it. Thank you.
I did it in front of my mic the first time.
Oh my God.
What is the second title going to be?
clap,
We'll figure it out.
Very weak.
Stop. We're back. We're still doing Aquaman, and I still have the same length of beard that I had before. It definitely hasn't been a month since we fucked up last time.
No
Tech
time has
Master.
passed.
Nothing has changed. Absolutely nothing. We've been in the same spot. We have the same exact sound equipment. We all look the same.
Guru? What do we think about
Jesse,
Guru?
shut up. Talk about the swordfish, please.
Alright.
I'm eager.
We're eager, but the swordfish suck, so don't be too eager. So the duo of Aquaman and the swordfish are chasing down more crooks. Because
They're crooking.
We're still crooking around.
Crooking
The
over
seas
here.
are ripe with criminal activity today. Because I want to stress, this all happens. This entire saga is one day.
No.
Yeah, it's one day, and it's important that it is one day. I'll get to that at the end.
This is
But
the Aquaman tournament arc.
yeah,
Wait, they say it's one day?
it's one day. This all happens in a day.
It's
This
just
is
like
one day of crime.
All in a
Aquaman does a
day's
lot.
work.
He's not a useless hero. Don't you think that? Don't even disparage him.
this is why
He belongs in the Justice League.
This is why he's Jeff John's favorite.
Don't you even think about disparaging Aquaman.
So the duo of Aquaman and the Swordfish are doing more crime busting. The Swordfish stabs a boat, thereby sinking the boat. Great job. Aquaman compliments him on his excellent stabbing skills.
Boats were made of
tears
aluminum
the
back
hull.
then.
I think it's a wooden boat, actually, if I remember correctly.
Oh my god.
I think these crooks are crooking on a wooden boat.
On a wooden boat.
A wooden boat. Yeah,
They're just rowing away from the bank.
yeah.
With
So
bags with a big
with the big dollar signs on it. It's the 50s. That's how everything works.
Wow.
So the boat sinks, and then Aquaman finds some like nearby driftwood, probably from the boat. I think that's why it's wood. Ties the crooks to the log with seaweed, which is very strong, as we know. That definitely doesn't rip instantly.
MacGyver.
And then tells the swordfish to stab the log, and then deliver the crooks to shore. Who is going to be at shore to get the crooks from this swordfish? I don't know.
I
but
don't know.
he did
Tell me,
it.
Jesse.
The
Tell me.
cops.
The Mounties.
The Mounties.
Oh.
They
Yes.
were there at the sea before. They're just
they've
waiting.
been waiting for more crooks to happen.
Were they dressed in like black and white striped shirts? Or
Yeah.
Were they, yeah. Oh my God.
Crooks.
That's how the police know. They see them and
Yes.
they're like, "That's crooking
They're
activity right
crooking
there."
around, these guys.
Bandit masks.
Every single time you say, and then the swordfish stabs, I'm like, a guy?
No,
Immediately, I'm like, is he gonna stab a guy?
he never actually stabs a human being,
That's-
which is upsetting. But it
that's-
is the 50s.
That's lame. That's why he doesn't get picked.
That's why he doesn't get picked. And so Aquaman's like, "Good job, Swordfish. Now go away and you deliver this, and I'm gonna move on." And then he swims away. But it's important to note that he passes the ship that the octopus fucked up before.
Okay.
So just keep that in the back of your
Very
head.
important.
Very important. We're gonna get to that
Noted.
later. All right. Next up on our list, you want to take a guess on the next fish companion?
Starfish.
Nope. Anyone else have any guesses?
Clam.
No.
Seahorse.
No.
Catfish.
No.
Shark.
No. A whale. An entire whale.
Not a whole
A
whale.
whole whale. A giant whale. So we find Aquaman inside the whale's blowhole, which now I'm not a marine biologist, but that sounds painful.
Why
that
is this-
sounds like a really bad time for the whale.
He's in his nose.
Why is this the most upsetting Aquaman story I've ever heard in my
What
life?
the? Yeah, I talked about Aquaman's hand being eaten by piranha fish and a man being eaten by piranhas and Aquaman being inside the blowhole of a whale. It's just deeply disturbing on like such a visceral level.
after
just hanging out.
after he definitely didn't want to fuck a horse.
Definitely did not want to fuck that horse, nor was he thinking about fucking the octopus that he was riding before the octopus fucked up.
There's so much sexual tension in this. I really hate it.
So the whale is bringing Aquaman in his blowhole to another ship full of crooks because there's just another ship full of
A
crooks.
ship full of crooks.
Well, the swordfish one was also a ship full of crooks.
Many crooks.
There's more than one crook.
Yeah, but like how many crooks?
What's the
A fair amount of crooks.
It's full of crooks.
It's full of crooks.
Where's all these crooks coming from?
I would say at least 5 crooks.
what's the plural of
Per
a group
boat.
of crooks?
like the name of?
Yeah, like a gaggle of crooks.
a murder of crooks.
Oh, that's cool. A crime of crooks.
A crime of crooks.
A crank of
A
crooks.
crank of crooks. Okay, so Aquaman tells the whale to launch him via
Right.
blowhole
Obviously.
onto the ship.
Obviously.
So that happens.
Just sneeze me out.
Yeah, just sneeze me out, and then he lands on the deck. But oh no, Aquaman is immediately surrounded by the crooks.
Oh
He-
god.
He didn't think this one through. But it's okay. Then the whale shoots water up onto the deck.
Uh-huh.
So Aquaman jumps into the plume of water and
Wetting
escapes.
them all. Oh.
No, he just
Oh.
dives. I don't know why he couldn't just dive off the
Yeah,
boat. Like
why not?
Like imagine a wave went onto the deck and then Aquaman from
Right.
like a cartoon character
Right.
went into the wave and swam down
yeah,
it.
Yeah, he rode the wave back.
Yeah, instead of
into
just
the
jumping off the ship.
Wait,
because he can't move without water.
Yeah, useless without water.
he can't move
He can't
without
move.
water. Wait, so Aquaman runs away?
Yeah,
And that's it.
because he was trapped.
What?
Yeah,
How big was the boat?
I'd say that's like 3 decks.
Fun-
It's
Wow.
it was a pretty big boat.
That's a big boat.
pretty big boat.
Fun fact: one of the crooks that he ran away from was the crook that killed Batman's parents.
Oh my God, Joe Chill.
Is that his name?
Yes.
Joe Chill?
Yes.
All right, we can't get on this. It's a whole separate topic, though. We'll get this in a later episode.
I'm changing my name to that.
This is
Legally.
your new stage name.
Joe Chill.
All right, so then Aquaman jumps back into the boat and beats all the crooks up.
Great.
Why couldn't he do
Why
that
did he
before?
leave?
I don't know.
Why did he leave?
Couldn't tell you.
It sounds like a YouTube poop edit, like where he just keeps jumping on and off the boat.
So yeah, he's beating up the crooks. The whale shoots water from his blowhole like a fire hose, pushing crooks off the boat. It's a fun time. Many laughs were had.
The criminal justice system.
Yeah, and Aquaman's like, "Good job, whale. I'll consider you." And then he tells him to go away.
I'll consider you.
I'll
then he-
consider you.
And then he swims away again. We see that same boat with the propellers again. And Aquaman's like, all right, I keep seeing this boat. I better go talk to them. So he talks to the captain. And the captain explains that the octopus, he wanted to thank the octopus for helping him move the propellers when they were stuck. Because their engine stalled. Mm-hmm. And a friendly octopus came over and was like, all right, I'll move your propellers for you.
What a guy.
Wow.
And Aquaman's like, wow, I'm a real asshole for not letting the octopus tell me what he was doing in those propellers.
He's right. He's right. I'm glad
I'm a
he's
terrible person. I
self-aware
should
now.
die. I'm exaggerating.
Okay.
Wow, what an arc for Aquaman in
I
this
know.
story.
So then Aquaman finds the octopus, apologizes, and says, "I want you to be my sidekick." And then they're sidekicks.
Aw.
What's his name?
The octopus?
Yeah.
He actually
He
does
does
have
have a name. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is either.
Aw.
But he was actually in the movie too.
Yeah, he was.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. This was the
don't
first
remember.
appearance of that octopus.
He also plays drums in a jazz band.
Yeah, this is a whole character
What
that
the-
gets used every now and then.
I want that octopus.
What do we think the octopus's name is?
It starts
Right?
with a J.
It's something stupid. Like
Does
it's
it?
like something like 50s, 60s level stupid.
What is his name, like Jerome or something?
Anyway,
Why is that the first one you go for?
Jackie.
that's
that seems-
the story.
That's it.
I like that one.
You got any questions for him? You do this every single time. Jesse tells you something insane. You go, I love that. No questions, Your Honor.
It's like he's waiting for us to tuck him in after his
Yeah,
fucking
for real.
story time.
Wow.
Here's your warm
Thanks
milk.
for telling me a story, Jesse.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Questions. The Jesse's are very straightforward. Unlike Jake's that sound like it's like Dada art.
What the? What is not straightforward about Aquaman? The ocean is polluted, and he has a bunch of giant crabs carry Atlantis to the Great Lakes.
Yeah, but you don't have a sexy horse.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Do we find anything out about that horse? Does Aquaman fuck the horse at
No.
the end?
What a tease.
No,
Yeah, well, that's-
we
Never
never
come back?
see Aquaman and the horse interact ever again.
Wow, that's a shame.
Does the horse have its own page in the compendium of DC?
I hope so. I hope that's the most intelligent horse in DC lore.
It's the ultra humanite horse.
Okay,
But a
so,
horse.
Wait, so then what's like the last frame of this?
Him and the octopus shaking hand and
That's it.
tentacle. Like, we're partners now.
That's the last
I
frame.
hate that.
I'm imagining it like
Where'd all the crooks go?
They went to jail.
by who?
By the
or from
Mounties.
who? Oh, the Mount. Wait, actual Mounties on the shore.
Yeah, the actual mountains on the shore.
Wait, this whole thing takes place in Canada?
This whole thing takes place in the same shoreline off the coast of Canada, where there is an octopus, a swordfish, and a whale.
Insane.
Where in Canada?
America's hat.
Yeah,
All
what-
this takes place in the
Jesse?
same day, in the same area.
What province of Canada?
Province.
Uh,
I'm assuming Nova Scotia.
Yeah, isn't that what the easternmost one is? Yeah.
Newfoundland.
How do I know that? But
That was my 3 questions.
What? That's all you got?
That was my 3 questions.
All right.
Perfect.
all right.
All right, Joe, it's decide time.
The worst part.
Why don't this is like every
Stop
time.
touching me.
Do you need a refresh on mine or Jake's just to?
Why? It's the same.
Well,
he
Jake's
just heard
I
them.
know. Jeremy's I also know. With
Okay.
With the water coming in every week.
The water coming. That's right. Why is my base flooding with water right now?
Yeah. Oh God. Who's the fake one?
Who is the fake show?
It's
couldn't
like
tell
it's as
you.
if that's the point of this entire exercise.
You know, I pick Jake every time, and I'm wrong every time.
It's true.
It's true. You are.
But today could be the
right,
day.
right. What's the time when I really fuck up and don't pick him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Then you're the fool.
That's yeah. You'd become Boo Boo the Fool then, Joe.
Jesse could be playing mind games with you right now.
Could also be doing that.
I want to pick Jake so bad.
This is you every time.
I love like the moral quandary that you fall into. Oh God, I know I shouldn't, but I should.
But Jeremy's an expert liar.
This is also true.
Jeremy writes like encyclopedias when he's lying.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm just here.
Okay. Yeah.
Jesse would never lie. Look at this face.
I'm gonna go against my gut on this one. I'm gonna pick Jeremy's was the lie.
Jesse.
Wrong.
Joe, I was the liar.
Oh my God!
You are Boo Boo the Fool. What a fool you've been.
I will harm myself.
Oh,
Wow.
this is the best because this is the first story I've told where Joe's been like enthralled by it.
Yeah. There was
Damn it.
there
It's
was a
not
point
real.
where you were telling it, and I was like, God, I wish this was real. I want the
Yeah.
big crabs to carry
Yeah, the big
Atlantis.
crabs.
That's sick.
That's right. I wrote the best Aquaman story ever.
Yeah,
Proud of
DC,
you,
hit us
buddy.
up.
Well,
There you go.
I'm going home now.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite character from the show, Jake the Snake. No relation. Be sure to ask your parents to go online and follow us on our social media accounts. And if you like this video, I sure hope you did, leave us a like and maybe a follow. And if you didn't, what are you still doing here? Also, check out our editor Kat's channel, because without your views, she will surely starve. Thanks, see you next time.